So this video is for the redesigned SAT, Test 1, Section 4, Question 24. The problem says, which of the following is an equation of a circle in the xy plane with the center 0, 4 and the radius within an endpoint of 4/3 and 5? For those of you that don't know, I wrote down the equation of a circle, x minus h squared, y minus k squared equals r squared. If you haven't learned this yet, it's not that difficult to pick up on. The h and the k are simply the x and the y of the center of the circle, and of course the r is the radius of the circle. So to do this, we're going to plug in our x and our y to start with. So that's going to be x minus 0 squared, which of course is just x squared, plus y minus 4 squared, and I still don't know my radius squared yet. But with this much of my answer, I can go to the answers, and I can immediately cross out b and d because they have y plus 4, and I need y minus 4. Easy enough. Now I have it down to a and c. Now here's the somewhat unconventional part. I know that I want my radius squared. Looking at the two possibilities that are left, a is obviously a length squared. I'm going to go with a. Yes, it's a little risky to not go ahead and find the actual radius, but it seems pretty obvious to me that a has to be the answer. Now, I know there's probably some math teachers out there screaming to find the radius. What I would do on the day of the test, I would go ahead and mark a. I would circle the question number and come back to it and find the radius, assuming I had time. So I would go ahead and show you how to do that. We have in the xy plane that we know the center of the circle is at 0, 4. That's our 0, 4. And an endpoint of the radius is at 4/3, so I'm going to guesstimate that about here on the x, and 5. So that's 4/3 and 5. Now, as I do quite often on the SAT, I'm going to draw myself a triangle. Why? Because this line between these 2 points is my radius of my circle. Forgive my lopsided circle. If I drop down a nice little triangle, now I can do a squared plus b squared equals c squared to find my radius. So from here to here would be 4/3, because that's my x of my point. And then my y, be careful here, this side is not 5, it's 5 from the bottom, but this was already at 0, 4. So this side is 1. So now I have this triangle with 4/3 on the bottom, 1 on the side. So 4/3 squared, that's my a squared, plus b squared, or 1 squared, equals c squared. 4/3 squared, 16/9, plus 1 equals c squared. 1 I can translate as 9/9, that's equal to 1. That way I can add it to my 16/9 easily, equals c squared. 9 plus 16 is 25, of course still over 9, c squared. And I wanted my radius squared for the equation anyway, so there it is. There's my 25/9, and you can rest assured that you have the right answer. Hope that was helpful.